My wallet is sobbing. I can hear it. I can hear it in the hall now. It is breaking down, crying.
It turns out that Attila, the arrogant so-and-so, he's got a fake hammer.
Oh, a fake?
Yeah.
Whoa. As I say, you dick.
Welcome to episode 135 of the Your Legions podcast. And this week we're talking all things LegionsCon, a beginner's guide of sorts. We're not quite beginners ourselves, but we were at some stage. And it gets more and more daunting and bigger as the years go by. Isn't that right, Rich? There's too many things to go looking
So many
around
things
for.
to do and see. Yeah. Yeah. For anybody that is a beginner, you'll miss stuff. Don't worry.
You will see Rich running from random table with stuff in bubble wrap in his hands back to our table. So,
There's a decent chance,
and when you see that, you know he has made a bad decision.
To stress as well. I don't want to get people's hopes up. It won't be running. It'll be walking quickly. My running, I'm too unfit to run anywhere now. So just be walking quickly.
Indeed. And Mal, you're looking forward to it?
Yes, very much so.
You're practicing already with the hangover?
Yeah, it was a mate's stag do last night, so yeah, I was out for a bit.
Exactly, and we're recording this on the weekend because we have a little bit of help with us. Well, a big bit of help, I suppose, and he's a big bit of help to our whole process of LegionsCon these days. We did go down the list of, see who we could get on to help us, the list of exhibitors, but we stopped at number one because, that was good enough for us.
Yeah,
Mr. Anthony Houseal, how are you, Anthony?
Morning, guys. How's it going?
Great, yeah. And you're looking forward to LegionsCon, obviously. This is a big deal for you.
I am. This is homecoming. I look forward to all of us getting together from everywhere, all over every corner of the planet and beyond to get together and celebrate the toy line that we love so much, that we all support. We all do crazy things that we probably in later years will regret that we did so much that we did. But in the interim, in the present, I love it. So yeah, it's LegionsCon season.
Exactly, yeah, because and we said this before on the show run up to LegionsCon, but it's we are coming from Europe, but there's guys from the other side of America that you don't see. Also, you just see them once a year at this, for example. This would be slightly more local for you. Was it a couple hours drive from where you are?
It's like an hour and 40 minutes, so it allows me to take up every square inch of space in my vehicle, and drive and bring everything that I have. So it's one of those shows when you have the ability to bring it all. You bring the kitchen sink. So
yeah, and Richie needs to go careful over those any potholes he encounters.
You're right. There's precious cargo on board.
Well, spoiler alert, between Pennsylvania and New Jersey, to find a regular piece of road, it's more challenging than anything. So we'll do our best. I have the super glue ready to go.
There'll be a lot of sad pug fans, otherwise.
No, I think the pug's the most solid one.
Yeah, it is a good hunk, I guess. Yeah, because of the way the sculpt is.
Yeah.
Yes, apologies, Anthony. Yeah, I didn't think of the printing and transporting when I was designing.
No, of course. This is Anthony's expertise. This is why we got him in. Apart from him just being a friend and nice guy.
And local.
And well, that definitely helps. Yeah. Yeah.
And cheap.
Yeah. Well, that always helps,
Yeah. But, by the way, we need to discuss next year's companion piece.
How about if we do another companion piece, we'll bring you in on the ground floor, and the design phase.
Yeah, no problem. That's a totally separate price for next year.
It's like in a work scenario where the salespeople go out and say, yeah, of course we can do that, of course we can do that, and then it goes back to the engineers and they're like, did you give them a price for this?
Yes, in my real world, yes, I'm typically handed a big pile.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we told them you can do anything, and they go, yeah, we can't do any of this, but pulled it off for you guys because it's you guys, no problem.
Thank you, buddy.
That's awesome, and. Yeah, we're judging by the feedback that we got on last week's episode, comments and stuff, there is going to be a few people maybe adding us to their priority list for getting there early, for getting some of those dogs cups, because they are limited. There is only a certain amount of them. We can't get Anthony to produce an endless well because we don't have the cash for that, and Anthony doesn't give us presents either. Not going to print 100 sculpts and say, there you go, guys, if you don't sell them, just get them back. So yeah, get there if you want your dogs especially, and your fishmen and all that other wonderful stuff that you talked about last year. Maybe after G-Con, who knows, there might be more demand for those fishmen.
Wouldn't that be something?
Maybe.
I'll save that for a Rich's Random, because there's a particular question that involves fishmen. That's my answer.
You need to pull the number.
Yeah.
If G-Con is a wave of shark men, I'm just going to be sat there all weekend just fanning myself, trying to calm down. So,
yeah, I figured the lizard people would be enough for you, but they go around two for you. I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah, if there's Fishman Man, you'll have to take over his side of the booth for the selling.
I'll pay you minimum wage. Don't worry.
Who's that sweaty guy behind you? That's Rich, actually. Looks a bit different to when you see him on YouTube.
Well, it's a good thing you guys can actually sit behind your booth this year.
Yeah, well, there was one of us, it wasn't me, that had to take a little break the odd time last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I developed Donald Trump cankles, I think, last year. So I was going upstairs and put my legs up against the wall.
Oh, man. Of all the names you could have picked for a person that has cankles.
It was the one that popped into my head.
Right. We got a little bit of news just in the community before we get going on Legion's Con. So a couple of things are shipping. The Cosmic character packs. Mal, you definitely ordered those, I know. Did you get your shipping notice yet?
Not yet, no.
Yeah. Rich, did you retailer them or?
No, ordered through the Horseman. So yeah,
you did? You should be. You got your shipping notice?
No, haven't had it yet.
Not yet. And Anthony, are you in on those?
Yeah, I spot checked a couple of them.
A
couple ones I really want to do. I have a fondness for the dragon, so I had to go with the Kragnar. Now,
that's a great one.
The unfortunate quest will be to try to find an additional Kragnar body.
You mightn't be alone in that quest.
Yeah. We'll have to find a retailer somewhere along the way.
Yeah, surely. I think there is. It's still out there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic Wave one. And Jersey Devil as well. That's shipping.
Yep.
I did get my shipping notice on that. It's arriving probably the day this podcast drops. So end of this week. So that's going to be exciting. Looking forward to him. It's kind of because the Legacy stuff and the Legion's Con Day 2 announcement happened in between that now. It kind of feels like he's a forgotten man until everyone gets him, and then it's going to be crazy.
It's interesting, right? Because we're so over. It is a good problem that we have. We're so over inundated with new announcements of new things that when sometimes the old thing pops up, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot I have this coming, and it's like a nice little reminder. But there was a time where we could soak in and appreciate, or not appreciate, but we could soak in and really like discuss a lot more of things. But we go so quickly from one to the next to the next to the next. I mean, and that's an awesome problem for us to have as a community. So I'd rather have this problem than not getting anything.
Exactly, yeah. But it can be good for us and also on both sides, because when things quieten down later in the year, maybe early next year, depending, then we can go back and say, okay, we didn't really do a big deep dive on this stuff. So we can maybe look a bit closer at it, and especially if it's pre-order stuff, because that'll be coming around again for people to get excited about. And Rising Sun's on the way as well. The Dwarf 2-pack, Anthony.
That one.
That will definitely be one of your next appearances on the show, because you're definitely coming back on when that lands.
Yeah, I know a few of us that wouldn't mind being a part of that show when that comes out.
Yeah, exactly. We got the crew of
there's three of us.
Well, let's make that happen. That's no problem. You can
like a plan.
You can do the logistics for that one in terms of getting the guests. We'll facilitate.
We're all in 3 different time zones too. So
brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. So Chris Ferrone over in Washington will join us at 8 o'clock, but it'll be 5 a.m. for him to join us. So it'll be awesome. He already said yes. So I'm volunteering him. It's fine. So and then Kevin's in Memphis, which is an hour behind as well too. So yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll manage.
Yep.
I mean, as long as it's middle of the day for us, or so, as long as it suits us, lads, doesn't matter, huh?
That's how that goes. Yeah. Happy host, happy show.
Exactly. We're this is the only show, and this is one of the reasons we started the show, was to get a show going in our time zone in terms of recording. Because every time I get a kind invite to be on a show, it's especially if it's a live stream. Yeah. It's in the middle of the night.
Yeah, an 8 p.m. show on the East Coast is like, 3 in the morning for you guys. Yeah. 3 or 4 in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, I had to turn down Trevor a couple of weeks ago because he just couldn't do it. It was on a Monday night, just couldn't do the next day because my daughter now is going, she has to leave, or she has to get up at 6 in the morning because she's in high school now to get the train. And obviously for the first while I'll be making sure she gets out the door.
Yeah.
So my alarm clock's gone from 7:10 to 6 a.m. So that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if, I just need to get up and I don't need to get dressed as such to go out, but still getting out of bed is not the easiest. That's for sure. And Anthony, Sir Valgard as well, that one slipped in there for Legion's Con.
Yeah,
I guess that brought a smile to your face.
That one threw us for a loop.
Yeah.
The one figure that you'd anticipate forever being that legendary, unattainable status because of the Kickstarter 10 years ago. Now they go, hey, here it is. In a variation, which I really dig the variation. I like the. I love how the Horseman will tease us with a really cool pauldron by itself.
Yeah.
And then go, oh, you like the other one? And let us all customize it, try to reverse it. And then go, okay, now you guys made 3 or 4 of these because you bought, a couple Gideons. They'll go, oh, yeah, we're just going to make it easier for you guys and just include it in a future figure. So I feel like the Valgards, the pauldrons alone are going to warrant a lot of people wanting to fill out their Aetheron armies. So it would be really cool.
That's a great point, actually, yeah. And then they'll release a Legion Builder with it in a year's time. And everyone will be...
Yeah.
Which is perfectly fine, I think.
Again, these are all good problems. To be able to get it at a more affordable price point, is always a good thing to have. So, and the studio is really good with that. They definitely find ways to get us all the parts and pieces down the way.
Yeah. Yeah, they get it. Rich, you're excited about the long legs in that 2-pack, I guess, the night legs.
I am, yeah. I mean, Valgard looks great anyway. And, it's finally put my PTSD to bed, hopefully, about the original Valgard. But yeah, the long legs, just awesome. The problem I have
it's a great
is because I'm one of these people that goes, oh, there's long legs, right? I'll buy 6 of them then so I can have 6 human-sized companions. And it's like, breathe, take a step back. You don't need that many.
Well, Rich, I'll help you out here. You buy 3, and I'll buy 3, and then we'll just trade legs.
Oh, there we go.
We do. There is a parts swap party that Saturday night at Legion's Con. So, my usual, once again, give me dwarf legs. I don't need anything but dwarf legs. It'll work. So, I'll be available for trades.
That's a good idea.
Dwarf legs and dwarf wrists.
Yes.
Yeah. Go see Anthony. Right. And the next thing to get to, I would say briefly, because we don't want to go on about it, is this War of Atherblade Mythic Legion's Tactics game important announcement. And the important announcement was that they're stopped developing it and they're releasing it as is, and it's not really finished. Everything is kind of ground to a halt. Took a long time to get to that point, I would say. They're saying that they couldn't get further backing from different studios to take it further. But to me, that just seems like the ambition was too high for the game then to start with, you know. They could have maybe started smaller or something, you know. So they have dropped this version of the game, take it or leave it, 300 levels. I downloaded it now because the Mac version took a while to be available, but I haven't played it or anything yet. I haven't had the time. And you can also apply for a refund. You have to send in your various proofs of purchase and you get a check, which isn't really much use to us guys, is it? And Rich, you didn't order it.
I didn't order the game, so yeah. You know, checks are like a historical artifact over this side of the pond, isn't it now? So it's just like, you know, what the hell?
Yeah,
I think you can still pay them in though, can't you?
Don't know.
Just give them to me, guys. Just sign.
Just
or frame them, maybe, you know, be part of the collection. Historical artifact. But yeah, any other opinions on the game, or, you know, I think my feeling is if they'd kind of got it together to do the role playing game instead back then, this probably never would have happened. And I think the role playing game is definitely the more suitable thing. You know, of course, an awesome video game would be cool, but if it's going to take this long, and I'm happy we got the figures related to it, but we would have got them and some other guys anyway, I think.
We got the figures and the custom characterization tool that they have with the existing catalog that's in there. Yeah. From my understanding, from what photos I've seen, seemed pretty cool. Yeah. So that was the one thing that I was really hoping that they could have maybe kept or developed more. But I understand, and probably in terms of what the contract was, what they own, what they don't own, things like that, that it's all going to be kind of put aside. So, which is fine. We have Kirby that can make the figure parts and the figure catalogs, the customized armories and things like that. So maybe that's where Kirby steps in and becomes the guy for that force. So
yeah, he does awesome stuff. Yeah, maybe they needed more Kirbys on the game.
That's a lot of goblins. I don't know.
I was going to say swarms of goblins, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure these guys are, you know, good computer game developers or whatever, but it just never got there, did it?
Yeah, I mean, I've never developed a video game, so I can't. I don't have a leg to stand on in terms of arguing what could have been done, what should have been done, or anything like that. Obviously disappointed because a media form for us to be able to utilize to kind of help unite us all together all over the place, because to be able to play it, you know, if I wanted to wake up with an army of dwarves and attack Rich and his skeletons or whatever and crazy dog people, it could have been able to do that, and we could have had a whole nother community of just playing games and things like that. But that being said, the tabletop role-playing game will not only take that spot, but probably elevate it to levels that this video game may not have even been able to achieve, because the tabletop game will continue to evolve and grow. And I think that's where we need to be with it.
Yeah, and they're doing that in-house with Cameron running it. So
and Len as well. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, in the Wolf King we trust. So I mean, we're in good hands.
Absolutely. Okay, well, that's all I had for news. And now there might be more news in the time between we record this and the drop, but that's fine. That'll be next week on the news.
Well, do we need to check if Jeremy posted anything crazy in the Cabal this morning? You know,
no.
That's always a good thing. You never know. Like, right? Let's see. The Cabal says
cutoff point. Yeah, we have a cutoff.
We're
point.
good.
No. Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, we've done a couple of Thursday recordings recently because we knew something was going to be announced on the Wednesday, so it was like, shift it back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, become eagle eye. I updated some of those episodes. I edited them differently. I don't think it's noticeable, but I definitely. But I think also we try to be a little bit more, make less mistakes or less kind of mess ups on those ones.
So
I don't think I hit my microphone once. I mean, you're correct, but come on.
No. Even just getting people's volume the same at the start makes it easier, but it doesn't matter in a normal recording because I can fix it. Right, so Guide to Legions Con. Let's get on to that. Just want to pop up a couple of things here quickly that we will get through. So there's maps. We don't expect you to be able to see that if you're watching this on YouTube in detail. You go to legionscon.com for that, but we also have some zoomed in pictures that we get to later, and of course the schedule. And I think the thing we should mention straight away about the schedule is we're on the schedule, guys. There is going to be I don't know if we're brave, stupid, or a bit of both, but there's going to be a EuroLegions live show at LegionsCon after GCon. So GCon finishes at 3 o'clock and our show will start at 3:30, and it should be in that same room that, for example, that My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me was in to do their show, and other shows like Purple Gang, the Legions Ladies, etc. So that's it's going to be fun. So we'll have obviously guests. We will talk to people in the crowd as well as talk about ourselves. We'll have the reveals to react to, so that'll be fun. It won't be our maybe definitive look at the reveals, but it'll be our Rich is on the floor because of the Fishman live look.
It'll just be the two of you. I'll just be in a corner just like, oh.
And what I mean, I guess one plan that we could say we're definitely going to try and do is we're going to do an interactive Riches randoms. So if you're one of the first number of people, assuming anyone comes to watch it, let's be honest, but we'll round up the troops as much as we can. You'll get a number like a ticket, and that'll be your Riches random question. So we'll get around to all those people, and they get one question. So it's a little bit abbreviated, but we get more people involved. So, and Rich has special list of questions for LegionsCon, isn't that right? It's not going to be exactly the normal ones.
No, there'll be differences. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
Maybe even making some changes on the fly based on the reveals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you like Sharkmen? No, right, out.
I'll stand behind you with the sword.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah,
I'll throw him out like Billy Beige.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm quite happy with that slot. We're not really clashing with other stuff. There's obviously the vendor badge pickup is from 4 o'clock onwards, but I think anyone that's a vendor will still have plenty of time if they want to catch our show, because they're finishing probably by 5. So
yeah, that actually works out pretty well for you guys, because obviously dual rolling as vendors as well. Will let you get into what you need to do. And then, because it's funny, because as a vendor, as soon as GCon's over, you're like, okay, I have this much time. I need to eat something, because the rest of the night is going to be spent trying to get all this, set up and crazy. But then to have this as an opportunity for you guys will be good. So,
yeah, we might have to arrange sandwiches for ourselves.
It's going to be a busy day, but we can do it.
We should, I don't think it'll be possible, but we should try and arrange some food for people that come to the show, but I don't know how we'd be able to manage that.
There's a Wegmans across the street.
Yeah, junk food. We could, or Uber Eats or whatever. We could.
Yeah. Ironically, last year I had about 50 cake bars in my suitcase that I brought with me, but that's not happening this year. So sorry, everybody.
People high on sugar. That'd be a good show. Until the sugar crash comes. So that's us anyway. We will obviously talk about it, try and promote it a little bit up until LegionsCon. We're excited about it for sure, and if we have more stuff to reveal about it, we will. So that's that. Right, LegionsCon. So it's obviously in the same hotel for the last couple of years. So I think the format will be generally the same this year as last year in terms of the layout. But why don't we go back to the origins of it first? So 2019, Mal, Rich, were you collecting Legions at that point?
I can't remember. I can never remember when I started.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing it particularly long, but I was, yeah.
Yeah, I was as well, yeah. And I would have been aware that it was going on through the posts and the cabal. But Anthony was there, and it was basically an after show for ToyCon New Jersey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your memories of that.
So I had been collecting Mythic Legions from February of 2018. I went to ZoloCon and grabbed my first set of figures at the show. I grabbed Atlas and both our Shadowhorn at the table. So let that sink in for a minute. At the table, those were version 1 figures I was able to grab. Like, that's crazy. Fast forward to November of 2019. Legions Con was announced as a small gathering of like-minded individuals with a couple vendors and exhibitors, to really be able to show off their stuff. I mean, I think My Action Figure Customs was there as an exhibitor. And I think Joe Viteri had figures that he was selling as well. So other than that, everyone was just showing off their art, and it was a great time. It was, I'm going to forget names, but it was the big headliners were Dennis Derby, Nikki Nicole Cheney, Joe Vassapolo, Jeremy obviously had stuff there. JD and Chandra had that large diorama, the dungeon that I think they brought back last year, and actually I think they sold it at the show. But it was multiple layers. It was a photographer's wet dream. It was just so good how all the different things, all the options, light ups and stuff like that. And then there was the row outside that was a whole mix of people. Myself, Luis Torres, I think Joe Grubbs was there. Matt Rhodes was there. Pat Boyle had stuff in there. So yeah, it was a really, really cool time. I mean, and couldn't have been like 80 to 100 of us all crammed in there. And there was raffles that were being given away. Len LaGuardia won a Brontis. And that was so cool because he won it. And at the time, Brontis was still more on the rare side. They hadn't done any re-releases. So he had won it and immediately ripped the box apart and like pulled the thing out. And it was just such a good time. Like I can't put into words. Like that was just lightning in a bottle. Like that magic was just there. We all had a great time. Because we had hung out, throughout the day, walking ToyCon and seeing what they had there. And then to come back and then just everyone that was really specifically into that. I think, I'm trying to remember. I'm sure I missed a couple names. Like I can't remember if Stefan from Detour was a vendor there or not, or exhibitor there. I know he had a table. I think him and Trevor may had a table next to the studio at ToyCon.
At the ToyCon, yeah.
Yeah. So
I think I remember that story. Yeah, you sent us over a couple of pictures. So this is the Brontis, I guess. From Len,
this was the Brontis. This was my exhibit. It was the forged in foam piece that I had done. That's
right. That's where you started.
Working forge. It lights up. I have the working billows that you pull on the string and it moves up and down. I'd hand carved that anvil. Most of the things that you see there, for the most part, were done in foam that I had carved, which I don't have the time for that anymore. So it was nice to be able to do that then, but could never do that nowadays. And then not facing us is Pat Boyle's tribute for his mom, who he played D&D with as a child. So he always brings his mom's custom to shows. There was a character there, the one dwarf with the lantern, that was mine, and then there's another character, another custom that was there. So that was it. That's what allows me to say yes, I was there at the beginning.
And I remember this photo because I listened and still listen to the My Voice Is Gonna Kill Me podcast. And
one of these things is not like the other.
shirts.
I'm the only non-employed member of the studio in this photo.
That's right, because that's Cookie there on the left.
Yeah.
He's a little bit smaller now these days.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think we're all a little bit smaller now.
Yeah, you're all a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
And you and obviously Cornboy is sticking his head in between you and Len.
Yeah.
And you have Steve Busciotti on you.
Yeah, I still have that shirt somewhere tucked away. I should bring it to Legion's Con and give it to the guys.
Yeah. And Len has Travis and Cookie has Pete.
Yeah.
So, and that was before Jeremy started on the show with them. So there was just the three of them. And then we have, these were some prototypes, is that right?
So they had done G-Con in August of that year was when they originally were doing G-Con, I think. Then so what they had brought was the Arethyr wave, because at the time that was what they were promoting to have up for sale. So there's Warthog and I think Magnus and Belphegor. There's a couple of and then there's the horse. So crazy to think that was the Shadow Equidron. Or that's the anniversary figure, I think.
Yeah,
right?
That's the anniversary one. Yeah, the blue one.
But yeah, it's crazy to think that like when we went to that first show, that was the wave that was through there, and now that story has since been completed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I was definitely collecting at this point then because I remember sitting there watching the Arethyr G-Con.
Yeah,
at home, and like really enjoying it. So
yeah. I think the first one I watched was the Soul Splitter one. Ice Troll was revealed in that one. Yeah, I remember that one. Right, and 2020 went virtual.
It went virtual, yes.
For
that was
obvious reasons.
Yeah, that was a crazy time. So I had done a house party for Legion's Con that year. I had a handful of people come over. I had Travis Cannon, who was doing a lot of my sculpting for the Toy Forge at the time. I had Nick Achala, who was a retailer and a local guy. And I had Patrick Boyle join us as well. And we sat around, we watched all the reveals. At one point, I was a host for one of the episodes. It was the 3D printing and designing community section. So it was myself, it was Von Burke Studios, it was Emil, and it was Saba and Julie from Planetary.
That's right, Jerry. I remember watching that one. Very cool. And then that was obviously through circumstance, but we got back to a physical Legion's Con. And I have to say that virtual one was successful and people really enjoyed it. At some point, there was more than 1,000 people online looking at the various things. At that one, I remember it.
Yeah, it was cool, right? Because we had a lot of members of the community at the time being involved in doing things. There was conversations about design and cosplay and foam and I know some of the My Voice Is Gonna Kill Me guys were hosts on it. I know Pete ran a segment. Then they had announced the Cosmic Legions at that time too.
That's
so
right.
It was a really
end of that show, wasn't it? Yeah. Not the figures, but they announced that they were going to do Cosmic Legions. Yeah. 2021, then that it became a real thing, like more than just a gathering after a show. It was a one-day event. Mm-hmm. So that was the day after ToyCon. So like the Sunday or whatever.
ToyCon was still going on. It was a 2-day show.
Oh, okay.
But what had happened was, I think Saturday, that cafeteria that we would use is locked in for years in advance for bingo.
That's so small town in a way, isn't it?
We couldn't fight the bingo ladies for a weekend ordeal. So So
this is a globally popular event. I mean, it's the birth of it for sure. And you got bingo, ladies. Okay.
Yeah. We had to fight all. Yeah. Maybe that's what we need for a figure one day is an evil bingo lady. We're all looking for villagers. We just need
definitely as a custom.
So Saturday, everyone. Well, G-Con was that weekend. That was that they had done G-Con. They brought everyone in. And again, that was one where I watched virtual. I had a friend over. We watched it that day. Then Saturday morning, I picked up Pat Boyle, my rider, my Legions Con ride or die, which we didn't get into that story for the first Legions Con, but we could always circle back later. And did Toy Con for the day. Then we all went to, there was a restaurant. Can't remember the name of the restaurant. I think it's since closed, Mother's or something like that. And we all hung out. And then the next morning we got up super early, went to the cafeteria, brought all of our stuff in, got set up. And then they just let, all the fans and everyone that was there to come in and be able to go through and had a great day. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I have to say, even though it was only a 1 day thing, we'd come out of lockdown. I think the US had opened up again to flights, or we'd opened up something along those lines. And I very, very nearly went along because it was my birthday weekend, and I was like, just to do something different, to get away from having been locked in the house for.
Yeah, I remember.
Year, was it at that point?
Emil Wickman was
Emil had
exhibiting at it, and I remember the story he told that it was like 5 days before he was due to fly when they actually lifted the restrictions. So, definitely a tricky one. I don't feel like I bad about missing that one. I think that would have been a big ask in terms of timing and
that was it in the end. It's just too much to sort out in the time I had. So.
And man, you might have been too cool for us if you went to that one. So we might have never probably met. It would have been me. It would have been the Me and Rich podcast, and nobody would have wanted to see that.
Some of the episodes will be a lot shorter. We have to pick favourites.
And that had the exclusive Sir Gerard. That was the start of the Legions Con exclusives.
Yep. That was a Sir Gerard figure that was, is awesome. And still that colorway is just so cool to have.
And I think that Jeremy started as an employee of the studio around that time as well.
Somewhere within that time frame.
Yeah.
I want to say
still got it.
Yeah. Somewhere maybe a few months leading up to it. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Vassapolo was, I think, already working for the studio at that point.
Right, yeah. So you could see they were growing. At 2022, that was our first one, guys. So obviously a special place in our heart.
I won't lie, it's my favorite Legions Con of all time.
Yeah.
It's very hard. It's very hard I know that Marriott's awesome, and I know, but for whatever reason, that is between the show, the setup. I did intern that year because I was a member of the Cabal admin, so I was invited to go at that time. Did G-Con at the studio. We did the setup, all the shenanigans and stories and all that. Like, it was like the perfect Legions Con. And I know there's a lot of people that tell me I'm crazy when I say that, but it was just so much fun. Like, we owned that lobby. Like, afterwards.
Oh yeah.
We were all incredibly respectful. We were good. Like, there was the restaurants that were nearby that we were able to go to. So we had a little bit of variety. It was such a great time.
Yeah, agreed.
It was, but you can definitely understand there was no room to grow there. We were like 3 people from too many people. So
it was too small even before we showed up.
Yeah. But we definitely made it work in terms of the lobby and all that kind of stuff. I think the show floor was was fine, but it was very busy and there was a great atmosphere on it as a result.
Yes.
They did have an issue with the queues on the first day, so I think if you're in a queue this year, just remember 2022 was way worse.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and it was 80
on the first day. Second day
November,
was better.
which is not
I couldn't believe
normally heard of.
Yeah.
For for the Northeast like that. It was definitely odd. I mean, I've had snow that weekend.
Yeah.
In years past. So for it to be 80 was kind of like, oh, this wasn't planned.
Yeah,
I remember my wife said before I headed out, John, so I was going to say, she said, like, are you checking the weather forecast before you go? And I was like, oh, I guess I probably should. And then saw it was meant to be like 22, 23 degrees Celsius. It's like, okay, I'm wearing shorts then.
Yeah.
And I was very grateful I did.
Yeah, I remember talking to my wife. I was booking the tickets and it was like June or July, so it's very warm here. And I was like, it's going to be great. And then she was like, it could be snowing and stuff, and I was like, oh, you're ruining my buzz now, And I'm like, yeah, okay. I think it was to do with the luggage, should I get more luggage and stuff? Well, you could need, winter's clothes. I was like, damn it. And yeah, as you say, it was shorts weather pretty much for the whole weekend.
It was
amazing.
Glorious. Yeah.
Furious 4 and the Unknown One, great exclusives that time as well.
It's funny, the Unknown One still to this day is one of my favorite looking figures. Like that color, the way the eyes pop through the helmet, and it's a stacked figure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can imagine if that came in like wave 1 of Legions, it probably would be one of the grails,
Yeah.
I think maybe just where it came in the line, it was around the time that everything started to jump with soft goods and with all that kind of
and remember that was the
parts.
soft goods weren't inside the box.
No, they weren't.
And I think, I swear, probably the cleaning staff probably could have sewn a quilt of soft good pieces that were laying on the floor by after. Had I known what I knew now, man, I'd have ran around with like one of those little felt like fabric vacuum things and just sucked everything up and could have been selling it on Richard Jones 1, 2, 3 on
4. Don't forget the 4.
4. Well, no, I got to set up my own.
Oh yeah. You got to add a 5 at the end. I remember. That's totally true, because I remember like walking, and I actually didn't put 2 and 2 together for a minute or two. I was like, what's all this black stuff on the ground? And then I was like,
Yeah, I sold a couple on.
It was spelt incorrectly on the side of the box too.
Yeah,
like again, the best Legions con. I don't know how to describe it. Like all the crazy little things that could have it could have gone wrong. It went wrong. It was crazy, but it was just way more fun that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I've really enjoyed the 2 since then, but it's without a doubt my favorite one as well.
Yeah.
It was just a perfect, coming together of everything.
Yeah. And I found a skirt piece in. When we started the podcast, I had a little notebook, and I had one of those Unknown One skirt pieces that I found. Actually, I'd slipped into the back of the box, and it was a bit creased, so I'd stuck it on the back of this notebook. Kind of thick enough notebook. And I used that notebook to do notes for the show, when we were preparing for those early episodes. And I haven't used it in ages because I switched to doing the notes on my phone and have them on the screen. And I found it when I was tidying up the other day. And I looked in the back and the Unknown One skirt piece is still in there.
That's awesome.
So I have the pattern if anyone wants it. It's very flat. I can draw it out for you to scale.
I sold a couple on eBay, and one of the guys messaged me going, oh, there's no skirt piece included. And I was like, well, no, there is, but it's separate, so it's not in the box. I just put it separate on top of the box. And he's like, oh no, my mum must have thrown it away. I imagine him like rooting through the bin outside trying to find this skirt piece.
Yeah, I did. I think I got the exclusives for somebody. I think it was Nico here, who runs the European group. And of course, back in those days, that was my first one, so I didn't realize how much hassle it is to bring the luggage, and so I brought them back boxed for him, and I did slip it in the back, and I remember writing very clearly on the yellow sticky note, but there's the fabric piece in the back. Don't lose it. And then we moved on to 2023. This was our first one as vendors, and as podcasters, I suppose. We had started the podcast that year. It's in the current venue now, which is the Hanover Marriott in Whippany. And that was a step into the unknown, because of course we didn't, we were all, as I said, we all enjoyed 2022 a lot. So I think there was a little feeling of, this better be good, Jeremy, this hotel. And of course, then we had our table set up. There was more tables again, because obviously people like us and others decided to get in on the act. So that was definitely a fun first experience. We were definitely nervous about how it would go. I think it went fine. Probably my best one of the two that I've been to in terms of selling. But
it was my worst one by quite a way.
Okay.
I'd made everything too complicated.
Yeah.
Last year was much better because I just same price for everything. Everything was displayed better.
Yeah.
You learn.
Who did you learn that off?
You. Big Ed.
Keep it simple. Yeah, because you just see people coming up and I know myself, if it gets complicated, and I used to be a shy person when I was younger, and if I had to ask how much something cost, I would just wouldn't buy it. So,
And it is a room full of nerds who more than half of us are quite nervous around lots of people, and
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes down to it, the trick is to keep it, like you said, keep it simple and offer deals. Offer, the more you spend, the more you save, kind of thing. And you really, and that, because it's an expensive weekend. So, and we can discuss like the plans and the best way to kind of get through Legions Con later if you want. But yeah, that's the trick, is just giving them the best deal that you can give them.
100%.
Yeah, so Walter the Mad exclusive and the Blood Armor exclusive, they were the exclusives that year. So again, good figures. Sorry, Rich?
I was going to say, and again, something outside the box. So the Space Walter, or Cosmic Walter, had the was it the arm pieces or whatever, the hands pack that was separate to it. So yeah.
That's right.
And I learned my lesson from that. When I sold a couple on eBay, I very clearly said when I messaged the person, said posted it as the hand pack is separate in the box.
Yep, and that one was also special for the Valiant Knight.
Yes,
that was something that got dropped, and that was the start of that. I don't know if Jeremy is regretting doing that in a way, because now there's an expectation.
It's bonkers, isn't it? With all the cool stuff that's going to be there anyway, there's now this. What's the secret figure going to be?
It's the secret figure, yeah.
It's the Santa Claus thing, It's like, what? I don't want to find. Like, I never, even if I was getting to an age with Santa where I wasn't sure about Santa, I never wanted to find the stuff accidentally or anything, because the surprise was gone, no matter how much I wanted it. So anything else special about that year that you can remember? I mean, it was great to have the pub on site. We have it now, and just that you can eat, and it wasn't as crazy packed as I thought it might be, or I thought it would end up being very messy, but it turned out lots of people go out to eat, and lots of people don't eat, I suppose.
Yeah,
just drink.
Well, there's that too. We both got to be presenters at G-Con.
Yeah,
that's right.
That is
right. Yeah. Very true. Rich had his first shot at intern.
I did, yes. Excuse me, I'm just eating a cookie. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Why did I come to you then? Mal, you got to read a bio on stage, live. That was an experience.
That was cool. Bit nerve-wracking, but very fun, and just to be part of G-Con at all is very cool, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was really nice, and that was our first year doing the podcast, so that was a big thing for us for sure. It still would be a big thing, let's be honest.
In terms of bucket list things, right? It's getting to Legions Con, getting to intern, getting to be a part of G-Con, not only just part, but like to be up on stage and interact, and then, you know, to have figures or tribute figures or things that you're there's not much else that can be done in terms of the Mythic Legion Four Horsemen Studio bucket list, I think. For
join the company.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't want to say that, but that's.
I get the feeling that's really hard work, though, so I'm not sure about that one.
Maybe if they launch an official media podcast wing or something, but even then, this is probably a lot of competition in that area. So,
bit of a commute for us as well, guys.
Well, we could work remotely. I mean, come on, everyone does that these days. And we could cover the hours they're not open. So we would be. It'd be great. It could become a 24-hour operation. You got China as well, So you got all your bases covered here. They're just missing a European operation. Yeah, so Dies Patar will be special to us because we were the ones that helped the Horsemen reveal it on stage. Obviously, the Dwarf 2-pack for you, Anthony. It has your names in the bio and your two friends, Chris and Kevin. So that's a very special one. And of course, it's the dwarf parts we are all still salivating for. Yeah. Snap. And so that's going to be the late this year, early next year excitement in our mailboxes, as we briefly mentioned before.
When you mentioned Valgard, there's a small number of us going, what would have been cool? We'd have been able to use some of those new parts we got, It's like we can never just be happy. Like we're, it's like, we're getting, so like we're waiting. So I'm really excited for once the studio gets the ability to use those parts and pieces for future things, like what it can do. And the same thing with the Goblin 2-pack. I mean,
true.
There's definitely, the Knights got their revamp, the Barbarians got their revamp. The dwarves and the goblins obviously got a revamp. The skeletons got a revamp. Like they're really doing great things, figuring out, we put out a great line. How can we make it better? How do we make the next version of it better for the next one, and just keep elevating, time after time after time. So it's really exciting time.
And I'd say listening to what the fans are saying in the process as well, with and not even just the fans who they've already got, but people out there who are saying, "Oh, I would," but so improved articulation without ruining the sculpt. Some we're getting a new type of figures with even more articulation with the double joints and that sort of thing. So just keep progressing.
Could this be the year that we'd say that they're maybe listening to Rich a little bit too much?
We'll have to see.
If it's shark men and lizard men, then yes.
And only that, yeah. Yeah, don't forget your roots, horsemen,
More naked barbarian men.
You had to say it, didn't you? You're going to make Dad angry. And it's Father's Day here, so,
Me and Mal meet there for some drinks during this week, so I'll just have to slap him for that comment.
Well, just as well, we don't have to record during the week then.
Yeah.
That worked out well. And then 2024, last year, again in the Marriott, the Marriott, yeah. So we knew what to expect. We knew the table layout. We moved the table to where we are today and remained for this year. And we had the Mythic and Cosmic 2-packs, so the Gorich and Gaspar Mythic 2-pack as exclusives, and the Cosmic Legions 2-pack. Those numbered, what were they? AA 40 something.
CC 24 and AA something.
Yeah, so those ones, but really cool figures. Actually underrated, I think. Since
very good figures. Yeah.
The Cosmic realm, some of the best Cosmics, I think.
Yeah. Cosmic, I'm very particular about what becomes my jam for them. Obviously, Ox Crew is what I am more geared towards. But the Mythic 2-pack was probably one of the best 2-packs that we had gotten for the show, because just everything that it had covered. It had Atlas head, it had dwarf legs, it had a bevy of soft goods, the cat head. There was just so, I mean, you couldn't put anything else in that box. It was packed to the gills. It was so good.
Yeah, the dwarf legs and the Atlas head, amazing additions to that 2-pack. Yeah, you know, even if it's George and Chris, you know, we can get over that part of it.
George and Chris are lovely.
I know. But we have to pretend, you know. So yeah, last year then we had the Ninian Infantry as well as the special surprise.
So good. Yeah. Rich and I don't agree. Rich and I don't agree on many things, right? But when I saw that and I laid eyes on it, I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to plan the rest of my weekend for purchases, because like I just wanted these lizard guys over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't alone there.
Yeah. I think it was Dylan who said to me on the Friday night, he was like, have you looked in the display thing? And I was like, no, why? And he's like, there's a Snake Man figure in there and we haven't seen it before. I think it might be an exclusive. And I just went out and was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So worth noting that they did have, when we were in the 2022 place, they did have the giant Kurzog figure in the hall. That was the first one of those. And the last 2 years, they have really ramped it up. They have Scapular now. They have Oleg Tiger and Zeri. Do they have another Mythic?
No, I think Scapular was last year's one. So, and the 2 Cosmics. So that's something to look out for.
What's his name? The ogre. Did you say
Kurzog?
Kurzog. Yep.
Yeah, Kurzog. Yeah. Yeah. And they actually brought him to.
You're hungover, Mal. It's fine. We'll let you off.
They brought him to SDCC this year as well, didn't they?
Yeah, that must have been.
That must have been logistics.
That must have been a logistical nightmare, but they figured it out.
Really good idea, though. It's such a big thing. You know, it's going to draw people to it straight away.
It fits in with the Comic-Con vibe. Yeah. I have a coworker that lives out on the West Coast, and he was hunting for the Paladin figures for me, and he never was able to get me any, but he was like, oh my God, what in the holy hell is this gigantic monster that's at their booth? And I was like, oh, that's Kurzog. I said, he's been around a long time. And I sent like photos of me with him from like the first year, and he was like, this thing is amazing. Like, he's not familiar with the line, had no idea, but like, that is how you attract new people, is with something like that.
Yeah, maybe that's the best way. Just bring your giant Kurzog and say, "Do you want to buy some smaller versions of these?"
Yeah.
So that brings us then to this year.
Well, we forgot the one thing though from last year, which was just like really, really awesome: the armory.
That's right. Yeah, that was the introduction of the armory. Very good point.
We've also kind of forgotten the big main event of G-Con that was like a massive.
Oh yeah, I hear they're making a dragon. Is that what you're doing?
Beathir,
yeah.
They revealed the dragon Beathir. That was
true,
mind blowing.
Yeah.
That's more of a G-Con thing, and maybe less of a Legions Con conference. But but yes,
they're all rolled together.
It's all one large weekend. But
I'm trying to forget the G-Con stuff as Mr. Houseal here threatened me with an actual real life sword in the 2023 one. So
with the Aether Blade, I found you in the middle of the aisleway, and we locked eyes while I holding the sword, and it was almost like that cartoon image where that dust cloud of your likeness was there, and you ran the other way.
I did get new underwear after that one. It was just like, whoa.
And of course, last year was our first time at Intern, Mal. So
Yes.
that was amazing. So
what
Anthony
do you guys
said,
think of the studio? And that's something that doesn't really get talked a lot about because we don't need to dive deep into it or like spoil anything. But studio is really neat how it's broken apart and separated and all the things that they're able to do. And the best part of Intern is Jim's tour of the building. To see all the props and all the other things that are going on there. Like, I could have done that tour 3 or 4 times because Jim just loves showing off the building.
Yeah, I've done it twice now, and it is different enough each time that you get something new from it. It's really good.
And it's everything from think of the most boring meeting room you've been in an office to like crazy room where they have like a load of 3D printers set up for printing the prototype bits. They have room for doing the photography now. They have like everyone's office is basically their display room in an office. If you could bring all your figures to work day.
I think that's one of my favorite bits. You just go into people's offices and it's just insane. There's just all these different figures from various lines and that sort of, it's just incredible.
And then the tour with the props company upstairs and everything, all that stuff. I mean, I think it's best to experience it if you can. That is the best.
Without wanting to make this about me, but obviously I want to make it about me. I think my favourite thing at Intern last year was when I took a picture of the head that Eric had sculpted for the group before us. And I was like, oh, look, Four Horsemen can do Snake Men, and just popped it on the Cabal, just in passing. And then like the next day they reveal the Snake Men, and Jeremy's like, I couldn't believe it when I saw that on the Cabal.
And they had the armory. So that was the first glimpse of the armory. They had it set up across the road in another building that they own. And we had the armory then in the venue. And as you see here, just pop up the map. You don't need to see the details there on that map. But this big bit on the left here is where the Four Horsemen are. And there's 2 green doors, one down the bottom left and the top right. The one on the top right is for the armory. And those 2 kind of black tables down the middle, that's the armory. Each side of that you go... I think you can go either side basically and get all the pieces. That's how it was set up last year. It looks the same. And the other green door is to get in and get regular figures. And if I suppose they have a special figure for the show, for example, like the Ninian Infantry, then that would be through there. So it's good that they're separated because some people want to go and just get their mythics and cosmics, regular figures and whatever, stock up on them, and other people will be very keen to go straight into the armory.
I do love in the build up to this as well, they're always at pains to say you can't go in the armory door and get through to the Four Horsemen and vice versa, just to be absolutely clear on this. Don't make us throw anybody out.
And then the people displaying in here is the Four Horsemen related people like Chris and Nate, and I think Retro Rags is there.
And the Glycon.
Glyos is in the corner. Yeah, that's I guess that's something you're into as well, Anthony. So
I am.
You'll be over there.
Down that rabbit hole. Actually, I was in down that rabbit hole before Legions.
Right. Oh, wow. And if you notice up here in the top right of that, where last year there was the people selling, like, for example, the wine toppers and that kind of stuff, that's Sideshow collectibles. So 2 tables there for Sideshow. They might be showing maybe other stuff that they have that mightn't be directly Legions related, but the big Sideshow reveal this year will be in there, so that's something to really look forward to.
I mean, I'm not even going to buy that because I don't like statues and it's going to be wrong scale and that, but I'm so excited to see what they do with it.
Yeah, kind of living vicariously through...
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Right, and I guess that's a good segue to look at the floor, the floor map from this year. So we'll go fairly quickly through it and maybe stop at a couple of ones that we want to talk about. Number 1 there, of course, we know who that is. That's you and Matt Stein.
Yes.
Anthony?
Myself, Matt Stein, and my brother at Funhouse Customs. We are all sharing space there. Detour, same thing. We split 3 tables and kind of make that all work that way. So it's the last year it was known as the First Alliance. Excuse me. All 15 of those tables there, but which was a great experience for us. Few things that we learned, a few more adjustments or whatever, and this year kind of everyone having a good time, setting up and doing their own thing. But yeah, I'm surrounded by a lot of amazing talent. I mean, there isn't anyone at this table in this aisle that I don't own something of from everyone here. This is probably the only whole island where I could say I own Detour stuff. I own Matt stuff. I have Borderlands stuff. I have stuff from Dan Tobin and the Malignancy. First custom I ever bought that wasn't my own was from Mike. Obviously, Mythic Bits, Chris Ferrone, Giovanni, Immortal, and you guys. I mean, like, I've got parts and pieces from everything. So this really is the, in my biased opinion, one of the most diverse islands that you could shop from.
Yeah, and great to see Giovanni back this year. He couldn't make it last year because of, I think they had a storm, didn't they?
Yeah. There were some travel issues and things. I think that had come up.
Yeah, and I think there was a really bad storm down in Florida, and they'd had some damage to the house and stuff.
The Strups had Strupp Family Crafts couldn't make it last year because they had massive damage to their house right before Legion's Con.
Yeah, they had a tree go through the roof or something, didn't they? It was all right. Yeah. Real mess.
Yeah, so I think Anthony's been through there. Obviously, you see us there, number 4. There's a main entrance right opposite us, so you'll see our big smiling faces if you come in that one. Although it is
slightly hungover
people
faces.
tend to come in.
Take a look at Mal's face now. That'll be the hungover face you see.
People tend to come in more those entrances here on the side because they're the first ones you walk past, the ones on the right side here of the big map. But then you're straight into kind of corridors of booths. So come in the other entrance. You can say hi to us.
Exactly.
We'll have some chocolate and stickers for free, and then try and convince you to buy your other stuff. So,
which will all be very reasonably priced.
Then we have a bunch of heavy hitters across from us there. Dennis Derby, Noah Pratt, Eric Miller, Eric LeBron. So 2 Erics now beside each other. LeBron has moved down. We'll talk about in the next bit the section he was in. Brian Burke, who's launching a new toy line. So going to be exciting to see his toys. 31 is Matt Rhodes. It's just a picture of it seems like figures there, but he's Matt Rhodes on the list. Eugene, of course, one of our very good friends, Eugene Unick, Dr. Grimm's Customs. Matt Rodriguez will be there playing on his iPad. And then you have My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me, so they'll be mostly floating around. There'll always be someone at their booth, but you never know who it might be, but you'll definitely see Travis floating around the place, and Pete. And Drunk Gizmo is, of course, Alexander Earl de Shaw with these amazing dials, the fountains and stuff like that. So you've all seen his stuff. He does great work, and he's one of the guys that Mal has a table from him. Look at that.
The tables, yeah, those tables look really cool with the resin inlay.
Really good.
And Trevor has got some of Alex's stuff into his photography for the line as well, which is always a super cool thing to see someone of the community getting their stuff highlighted. So that's the first kind of quadrant. I've done them in kind of quadrants here in the zoomed in. So that's the top left here, as you see on the big map on the right side. Now we're going to go over to the top right, over to Wolf King and the likes. So this is down the line. We got Wolf King as the first 2, and that's now going to be Jared Dirk's designs. Is that right?
Yeah.
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 Well, although it looks like Dirk's got his own booth there. So
he does,
to be determined, I guess. We'll all just await to see what the surprises are for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the Wolf King is going to be like what you see on the Wolf King's shop, and then Dirk's is going to be the stuff that he has been selling so far. So
yeah, and he shares with
like that.
Dwarf Lord toy design as well, doesn't he?
So
I
think Billy Beige will be sprinkling around through the Wolf King related stuff to help out as well, from what I heard.
I do not want to think about Billy Beige sprinkling anywhere. That's just traumatic.
Well, side note. Once again, Billy Beige is in the Houseal brothers room again.
Oh, is he?
Oh, really?
Oh, dear.
We have a chat that we like to call Legions Con Sausage Fest 2020, whatever year it is. We cram as many people into the room as possible, and this year we are up to 5 people in that room.
Oh, wow.
So, yes. So
Billy's only smaller, isn't he? So he can sleep on a chair or a...
Yeah. Well, him and Mark can fight over who's sleeping on the floor. I don't know. I'm in the big spoon position regardless whoever joins the bed, so it'll be fun.
I mean, technically there is space in your big double bed, Rich, as well, so if we want to squeeze somebody in there to get... They will get hit, apparently, in their sleep, but I mean, if they're drunken, it won't matter.
Yeah, my wife got kicked the other day, bless her, because,
Don't be saying that on the show. I mean, she was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I was like, "I may have been karate kicking somebody in a fight that I was dreaming of," because those are the sort of dreams I have. It's either sport or fighting.
Right, we need to move on here, otherwise we'll be all dated. Let's talk about the people first before we get to the Legions Con. So 8 and 9, along from Wolf King, is Emil Wickerman is 8, and 9 is Curtis and Darla and Tanya McCoy. 6, so then right behind Wolf King, probably somehow integrated together, is Jesse Arnold, Brian C, and Mark Rivera. That's the other guy.
I'm taking a lot of my money as always, that table.
Yep. Yeah, and then Nathaniel
and this year as well, Rich.
I know, yeah.
Nathaniel Armstrong and Patrick Boyle. They're in number 17.
Guys, some of the stuff, just to the side note, some of the stuff that Pat and Nate have been showing in smaller chats. It's going to be crazy.
Really?
It's going to be crazy.
Oh, nice.
Their table last year was absolute eye candy, wasn't it? So more of the same from the sounds of it.
And Pat Boyle, I think, is using Dub's giant 4-foot tall diorama that he commissioned from Mysticy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
Oh, that should be good.
An unlikely pairing again for this year, David Williams and Steve Bisciotti. So,
if you want to see Steve Bisciotti, anybody, don't go to My Wife's Going to Kill Me booth. He won't be anywhere near that. He will be over here by himself.
Then Mythic Customs, number 19.
Yeah, Jeremy's not shown his stuff yet, has he? So
no.
That'd be intriguing to see what he'll have.
Usually mostly manned by his wife and son. Because he's so busy doing everything else and all over the place.
Jacob and Jeremy's son Jacob has never missed a Legions Con either.
No.
He wins them all. I didn't realize that. Huh?
And then at the end of this row here, you have the Legions Con show figures. So they were out in the hall last year, so they've moved inside. I hope that works out with the queues. So fingers crossed.
I think they were saying they'd put them by a door so that people can queue out of that if necessary. So
you'll be able to line up outside. If we zoom out, there's a side entrance to the side of that. I think everyone will be able to come in and feed right from there. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe they're against the wall and there's a gap then.
Yeah, we should probably sort of give people who don't know a bit of an idea of how it all fits together, shouldn't we? In terms of, so the bottom of this room on the map, across from that is where that other room is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually the wrong side.
Yeah, technically you should flip-flop the map.
Yeah, you should flip them,
quadrants, and then where the side entrances are where I am is where the outside vendors will probably be set up through a lot of that hallway down there.
And opposite the door where we're in, there was a few vendors last year, wasn't there?
Yeah.
All right, and I guess Dave Williams might have some prints and stuff related to the Crossroads figures, so that's definitely worth checking out there.
That'd be cool.
And just his painted stuff's amazing too.
Yeah, he's a fantastic artist. Steve's a great artist as well.
I don't have anything with Steve. Oh no, that's a complete lie. Ignore me on that one. Yes, I do have stuff with Steve. So.
Yeah, I have a head from him on a Magnus body. Future Past Customs then. So we talked about Dirk Future Past. They had some great stuff last year. A lot of Motu tributes and stuff like that. And
they had such cool stuff last year. They had an Egyptian like undead priest thing, which I was just chatting to them about. I was like, "Is that for sale?" And they're like, "No, we're not going to sell that one." I was like, "Okay, well, if you change your mind."
It's cool.
And I went back like within an hour, and it had sold. They changed their minds, and somebody else had already got in there. It's like, "God damn it!"
Yeah.
Yay them for cool stuff. Boo them for selling to someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you need to say, "I'm over at table 4. Come get me."
Come get me. Yes. Yeah.
Trevor Williams, 28 1/6 shooter. He'll have Nate and Bill, I guess, will be there. So the Legion's lounge crew will be there as well. Dang Studios, that's Dusty and Ange. So they got the coloring book. They did the Mythic and Cosmic coloring book so far, and they are doing like a kind of a kids stylized one this year.
Book.
Yeah,
Someone's going to have to act as a sort of a buffer between Steve and Dusty, aren't they? I mean, it could kick off at any minute.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Depending how the arm wrestling goes on Saturday night, neither of them might be at their desks on the tables on Sunday. They'll be in A&E getting sorted out.
Yeah, and I think they're going to try and do a little setup in the lobby as well for like kids, to color certain pages.
Nice.
They have crayons and stuff for them. So that's going to be awesome. I think.
So.
Yeah, and I think some other people are involved there. Maybe Curtis and a few others are involved in setting that up. So sounds good. Carver Customs number 30. Brian always has amazing stuff. Also on the list here, Raging Ogre Customs is at the same table. Don't know who that is. Anyone have any idea? No.
Is that what?
That's the guy that does the cosmic stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy's name I can't pronounce every time.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
John Moore.
John Moore.
Oh, that's him. Okay.
Every nodge.
Cool. The little spider.
Yes.
The little spider droid type things and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I wonder if.
Okay.
I wonder if Thomas Belay will have a little something there as well, like last year. Because wasn't it on Carver Customs? He was selling his postcards last year.
That's true. 36 is Plunderlings. 37 is PL Toy Box Photography and Insightful Imagery. So
you off to Plunderlings this year for stuff for Ben, John?
Possibly. I don't know. I'll have a look. Luggage space would be. You can get them now from Planetary Dog here. So.
Oh, of course you can. I forgot about that. Yeah,
That'd be a better idea. Big Bad Workshop. That could be dangerous. Monster Force, etc.
There's going to be some money spent there.
We're all like, yeah. Toys and Tunes, 39, Pete LaRosse. Don't know Pete. I probably know him to see, to be honest.
Pete LaRosa, you said?
Yeah.
He typically has older vintage figures.
Right.
In like a large abundance. And you can get some real grails at fairly affordable prices.
Yeah, he has all the Scarabus and the Gothropolis birds and that sort of stuff, doesn't he, usually? Yeah.
Awesome. Formo Toys then, that's their line of Legends of Dragonor. So they have some great stuff. They are proper small independent toy makers, so
well those dragons that they transform as a beast to a standing tall dragon.
Yeah, great. Think Motu Origins type scale if you're wondering what
Vintage He-Man.
What do you think? Yeah, Vintage He-Man / Motu Origins. Anthony's got something there. What you got?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Have you got any of those, Mal?
No, I kind of.
Mal is on the precipice there with them.
Yeah.
Constantly. Since I've known Mal, he's been on the precipice of Legends of Dragonor for sure.
The dragons are very cool. I must admit, they were the one that nearly pushed me over the top. It's the fact that they've got more the vintage articulation as opposed to the origin style articulation that's kind of not putting me off. It's not the right word, but holding me back.
Well, wrist and boot swivel, which is an addition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd make a difference, yeah. Right, let's move on to bottom left of the big map. So this is continuing down the same side of the room we're on. So Lone Wolf Labs there, they have a corner, an end cap. They're dials galore and good prices. I'd say, if you don't have to travel too far, definitely get some good dios from Lone Wolf. I mean, dios is always the thing. You know, I'd love to, I think if this was in a driving distance from me, that's what I'd come back from Legions Con with, is a lot of dios.
Yeah.
So that's the unfortunate thing about the dios there. I mean, maybe we could get them shipped somehow if we really saw something we liked, but then on the top there we have 42, that's D Blake makes, so that's all the amazing signs for your collection, you know, and I think he does the Four Horsemen faction logos and stuff like that.
So close to buying stuff from him every year.
Every
year I just stand there staring at him going, I need them?
I was going to get stuff from him last year, but he didn't. I was either going to get all the faction symbols, but he didn't have them all, and then I was like, I'll just get Basilia, and he didn't have it.
Well, he should have the Mythic Legions logo, Cosmic Legions logo, Figure Obscura logo.
That would be, maybe that's the idea.
I was set up next to him at RetroCon this past September, and he actually has a lot of really cool, I mean, he has every logo that you could think of, but he also has these chains that he has wired that hold pose and everything. So he uses, as an example, Kratos from God of War to be able to hold his Chaos Blades and whip them in different maneuvers and things like that. And he also put flame effects on some for like your Ghost Riders and stuff like that. So he has a lot of offerings.
Cool. Then next to him is Death by Collectibles.
Sven.
That's Sven.
Yep.
Awesome. And then 44, 5 Borough Collective. I remember talking about these guys last year, and we knew who they were. Now I can't remember again. Bunch of different guys anyway with customs and stuff. So very cool. Noble Bear at the top there, 45 and 55. So again, the end of that table, and the Forge collection. So you know the Forge collection as well.
Blaze Bear will be on that one as well. So Blaze always shares a table with Anthony.
Right. And then 54, they're Grindhouse toys.
Oh, that's the 118 scale undead Vietnam soldiers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did a Kickstarter recently.
Cool. Paul Customs is there, Paul Gerardo?
Yeah. He's been around he's been at the shows for a long time.
Yeah.
Paul's a cool dude. His mum is awesome. Our first year we were next to him and his mum, and it was great fun.
And a lady asked him out last year.
He pulled last year. Yes, he did. Yeah.
While Rich was at his table, there was a girl chatting him up. Not Rich, Paul. Paul is good looking.
Yeah. Just to be clear on that. Yeah.
So maybe one of the only vendors who managed that feat. I mean, we're all happily married, so I mean, you know, that wouldn't. We'd have to make sure it was Mal that was getting chatted
exactly. Yeah. Just to be clear, everybody. Mal is happy to be chatted up, so dive in there.
And One Oak Customs 52. I
guess it depends on by who as well, you know.
One Oak Customs 52. I don't know who One Oak Customs are. Does anyone?
I think they were the ones last year that had loads, and I mean loads of custom figures. They had some like Marvel tributes and all sorts of stuff. It was some really cool stuff actually. But I'd never heard of them before, but they had a really cool table. Excellent.
Valaverse then across from there. So a bunch of vendors here in the corner. Valaverse.
Again, they're on the edge. Jeremy said on his show because they got exclusives, so they're expecting big queues. So again, they've gone by the door, so people can queue out the door.
Ouch. And we got the number 63, which is Unparalleled Universe. So that's that guy. What's that figure called?
Odious,
yeah. Kingpin Customs, and the 65 is Retrospect Customs, so that's Leyland. Leyland, yeah.
Two more tables often take quite a lot of my money. Damn them.
Then on the other side, on the corner, at the very bottom, Spiro Toys.
So somebody that won't be taking my money.
Which should be in the queue there.
They don't usually sell. Oh no, they do have figures for sale, don't they?
Yeah. I think they do now. I think maybe the first year we were there they were still like in production on Wave 1. Yeah.
They're selling Rich's figures.
Yeah,
basically. Bastards.
74 is Skeletron. So is that
the Robo Skull?
the Robo Skull thing. Yeah. So they might have some new stuff.
It's tempting. The Robo Skull stuff is like, damn it. How would I get it home? That's
some really cool stuff. Yeah.
Foxforge toys. Interesting. They have stuff as well. I think they're toy line, no?
Yeah. They've been around. They actually, I think they were at the 2020 the cafeteria Legions Con too. I think.
Okay. Were they the guys that Nicky Nicole did some prototype painting for?
Possibly.
Yeah. Our friend beside them, our friend Mark Calvo, and he's awesome stuff. He could be a popular guy. He definitely has some great stuff, takes great pictures of his stuff and posts them online, does great painting. I mean, you saw the dog scubs in the last episode.
Yeah, he's painted all the exclusives that we've commissioned this year, apart from Anthony's lovely job on the haggis.
Yeah, so he's definitely, if you want someone to paint the sculpts you buy from us, then Mark might be an idea.
Yep.
To go and ask. And Empire Toy Shop on the end, so they are, as it says in the tin, toy shop, so modern toys mostly. Retailer for the Horseman stuff. So
years ago, he very kindly lent me some tape to tape up the box I had then sent home by Len. So thank you, Mr. Empire Toy Shop person.
He's forever a friend.
Exactly. Yes.
As a result, yeah. Actually, I was listening to my wife's going to kill me their latest episode because they dropped them on audio. Now I never catch up on, if it's YouTube and I miss it, I never catch up on it. But if they drop the audio, it'll go in my queue. Steve is collecting 1/18th Star Wars now, vintage collection.
Yeah, suddenly launched it into in a huge way.
Yeah, and sleeping in a tent outside his house.
Yeah,
in his back garden. I was like, what have I missed?
He continues his weird midlife crisis that's been going for about 6 years now.
Right. Anyway, moving along. Bottom right corner here. So we have on the end here, Brian Almeida Duarte. Number 47. Then we have Jared Bierman. So he's photography, I believe. So he'll have prints and stuff like that. I think
they do some custom stuff as well. I'm sure I bought a painted head from them last year.
Some filament printed barrels and miscellaneous
that kind of stuff.
Parts and pieces.
48, the Geek Out show. So that's Jade Russo and those guys. So good friends of ours. So
awesome guys.
Awesome guys, yeah. Awesome guys with pecan pies.
Yeah, can't go wrong. No pressure, Jade. But if you want to bring pecan pies again this year, feel free.
Don't forget about the tomato pie, Anthony.
Oh, seriously. 2 things not to mention. 3 things. Barbarians, Philadelphia Eagles.
There's an idea for the live show. There's an idea for the live show. We can be Anthony feeding Rich tomato pie.
Hold them down and feed them tomato pies.
Sword at my throat. Eat it? No, okay, fine.
Big Head Studios, number 49 there. Lots of good value sculpts there from those guys. Painted and unpainted.
2 really nice guys. Aaron and... Oh, God, the other guy whose name I've forgotten. But 2 nice guys.
Crashbox Customs on the end there. Dios, very high quality.
High quality. Yeah,
so,
very cool.
And again, it's the getting them home is the problem there.
Although they do flat pack theirs. So.
Yeah, I might have a box going back with Brett to be posted here that might have crash boxed in this year.
59 is highly posable. Who's that?
That's Corey. I'll be spending money at his.
Corey, yeah.
I'll be spending a lot of money there, undoubtedly. I've already committed to spending quite a bit of money there. So.
And 57, 58 is Creative Beast Studios.
Oh, so they've moved. That's the dinosaur guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beast of the Mesozoic.
Yeah.
Their stuff's awesome as well.
66 is Perry Morel. Has Perry been... He's been a long time.
Yeah, he does all the troll customs. He's got a table full of troll customs. Awesome things. Oh, and he had that amazing... I'm not sure it was his work, but he had that amazing vampire brood set up last year as well.
Right.
On his table.
67 is Art Gutierrez. Another customizer. 68 Shelf Gravy.
That's JD and Chandra that did the Dio for the first Legions Con.
There you go. So they're a long time.
So
they're not they're long time, not first time.
As well, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
69 Mal will be here. Brutal Realm.
Yes. I will probably find myself
possibly Anthony will have a swing by this one as well.
Yeah, that Chief Mato figure. I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yeah, that look cool.
And on the end there, on that side, number 70 is Chubsy Wubsy. That's a retailer as well, a New Jersey-based retailer, Four Horsemen retailer, and
local to
General
the studio.
Toys. Mm-hmm. And then 80 is Articulated Times. So that's Steve Mank, I believe. And From the Realm. So, don't know who From the Realm are, but...
Oh, they were on Trevor's show this week.
Oh, were they?
They were, I think they have like their concept is different realms, is different waves. I think it's vampire focused. I think it's the first one that they're doing.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
You visiting their table?
Yeah.
Cool.
Is that customs or actual toy line?
Toy line.
That's a toy line. Oh, are they the guys with that vampire line of toys?
Oh. Yeah.
Have you two got a slower link than me? Because Anthony said vampire toys, and then the two of you one after the other. Oh, vampires!
You caught that, Rich, right?
I did.
Yeah, I heard them as well, but I'm just linking it in my head.
Steal your thunder, Anthony.
Right, artist number 79, Artist Soren. So he is going to be popular as usual. He has great painted customs. So
his display as well, just like the full customs and that. It's just a sight to behold every year.
Very well put together. And number 78 is Jobaz Palace. So who's Jobaz Palace? Anyone know?
I don't know.
No. Come on, guys. Market yourself more. Let us know who you are. We won't take responsibility for not knowing. Come on. 77 then is Honeypot Project.
This is another one I will be visiting. This is where I got my Hippo Dwarf Centaur from last year. They were in the hall last year.
Oh, that's those guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
They got some cool. Israel's been showing some cool stuff already, so I'll be definitely visiting them. Lots of Aztec and Mesoamerican themed stuff, and yeah,
very cool. And 76 is Panther Comics.
Yeah, Panther. Chris Kuiper has. He'll have his Citadel paints and all that with him as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, that's that. Oh, the guy that was selling the paints. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, Chris is a good guy. I've known him for a long time.
Very cool. Very cool. And then people that will be in the hallways outside the main rooms. So we don't know exact locations, but they'll be around there. You'll find them easy enough. Probably be the first people you'll see, so good for them. And remember, folks, come into the big room first. Do never mind the horseman queues. Let the crazy people do that. Come in and get the stuff off us,
Yeah. Come in 5 minutes after I've run around and got all the stuff I want, and then come in.
That'll be you. That'll be you on setup night.
I'll be tapping people up. I think it's fair to say, yeah.
That's it. Everyone in the big room and in the corridors, checking out all these, and I'll be in the horseman as the guys man the booth.
I mean, that is the thing about preferably I wouldn't want to sell any stuff like when I'm setting up or kind of giving people. But on the other hand, then if you don't sell it in the end, what was the point in that?
Yeah, my thought is
it's a very tricky one.
If it sells, it sells. So, yeah. I mean, but I know some people prefer to have that option available to the open public and not, do any kind of early sales. But whatever floats your boat, go for it.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be disappointing if someone came at 8 o'clock, Rich, and or 9 o'clock, sorry, and there was no pugs, for example, left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
I will take that subtle hint, John, and keep some back.
I mean, that one will sell. Sell the
I think the Pug and the Dachshund should go. Oh, well, hopefully they'll all go really well. But I think those two
Yeah.
in particular will fly. So don't mess around, people. If you want those, come and see us early.
Exactly. And maybe one or the other, the fishmen mightn't be as quick to go. Let's be honest.
The shark men. I've tried not to be a pedant up to this point, John, but come on, they're sharks. They're not fish. Oh, technically they are fish.
You
Sharks are fish.
finally bit on the bait. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then these guys here on the hall, a tricky one for them because obviously you can't really set up the night before because you'll be out in the hall. So they'll have to maybe come down early. I guess they can set up from maybe
set up and break down both nights.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have to break down on the Saturday night. I said, Anyway, Josh Brown, 81. So we have featured his stuff a lot in our 3D Parts episodes. So Josh should have some great stuff there.
He'll have some stuff from Rocket Fist Customs there as well. The two of them often share exclusives and that sort of stuff. So Jared, is it Jared? I think it's Jared. Rocket Fist will have stuff there as well.
And 82's Hierophant Customs. Do we know that one?
Are they not the guys who did that Kickstarter recently with the...
That's right.
The Indian...
With the Indian themed figures, yeah. Yeah. And they were successful, so that's great. Kaleo Legends is 83. No.
New one to me.
84 is Rogues Gallery. No.
No, I think the hall quite often is lots of new people because especially there's a few of them moved into the main one this year.
Well, this is what's great, right? Because these guys in the hallway don't miss out on going to visit them because they're in the hallway this year, they're in the main floor next year, and who knows what happens. So like you could support them early on in the beginning. So I mean, these are probably some really cool hidden gems that are going to be through here.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Well, Rich and your hippogriff was in the hall, wasn't it?
It was. I almost missed it. I thought they were there, and it was only the very end of Sunday that I actually suddenly found them.
Yeah.
And got my baby, as I call it.
85 is Khaled Udin. Do you know him? No.
That's the guy that sells the books, isn't he? He's written his own
books. Yeah, that's the author. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He was there last year as well. I think.
Yeah, he's been there. I think it might be his third year in a row.
Yeah. JJ E Toys.
Don't know that one.
No. And then Crosshair Creations. This is the one I was thinking of. Realms Tide. Are they the ones with the pirates?
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very
excited
cool
to see their stuff.
It'd be great to see that. Yeah. Diabolic Studios 88.
I'm guessing it's Dios, but I don't remember. But I don't think they've been there before.
And then 89 is Barely Posable.
Photography, I think, is it? Barely Posable?
Or just description of Rich's shelved. Or is that, no, that's barely posed. That's barely
posed. Yeah, barely posed. Yeah.
It's funny to watch. It's funny to watch the trends over the years. You know, there was a lot of forges. Then there was a lot of wolves. Now we have a lot of posables.
Joe Martinez, number 90, Drought Taylor Designs. I think most people know Joe. He does customs, does sales in the Cabal a lot. So lots of painted pieces and stuff from him. 91 then is Star Wars Geek Customs. I think that does what it says in the tin. So they're going to have Star Wars customs. I wonder, is this the person that did the bunch of Star Wars customs and posted them? It was a good while ago now. I mean, maybe last year. They did a lot of... They were a customizer for other stuff. And then they just started doing a whole line of Mythic Star Wars customs.
Okay. Oh, those
look at that one.
Those will go well, if that's what it is. Yeah.
Then new to Mythics, Greg Schmerber. Yeah. I don't know if he has stuff to sell or if he is...
It'll be a mix of things. I've spoken with him. He'll have some things available for sale. I think he'll have stickers and pins and probably some shirts, and some of his buddies will have some stuff there that'll be available to sell as well.
Cool. And then Eric Bryson. So last but not least.
He's the guy that's recently done those gigantic FDM prints. They're towers, archways, things great for photography stuff.
Cool. Is that the stuff that Travis had on My Wife Was Going to Kill Me?
I haven't caught my wife on the episode.
He had some bits that sounded exactly like that, so I presume.
Okay, it was a big castle wall, all done.
Yeah, and I think he's doing. I think right now this guy initially is new to the line, and I think he was trading a lot of parts and pieces for figures.
Oh, it's definitely probably said it was a trade.
Yeah, that's him then. Right, let's quickly go through the schedule then while we're at it. Legion's Ladies live on Thursday evening, so maybe you won't be there yet, but most people will be there 7:30 to 9 up on the 3rd floor. I think they did that last year as well, if I remember well.
They did, although it turned into the Pete McCarthy show while I was there.
Were you on that one as well, Mal?
No, I watched a bit of it though.
You were on the Purple Gang then.
Yeah.
And you were on one of them, and they're also live streaming. So we're going to record ours, but we're not going to live stream it. So that takes one headache away from us. So yeah, G-Con live reveal special on Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we'll all be there. We'll be eating tomato pie to keep us going, won't we, Anthony? 3:30 to 5 is us on the 3rd floor. So let's see. That's going to be a long day in hindsight, but hey, because we have to then pick up our vendor badge and set up.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a day.
Attendee early badge and pick up. So,
Mal, if it is Sharkman, I'll give you a layout for my table, okay? Because I'm going to need you to set it up.
And then the Four Horsemen will be setting up stuff in the lobby, so I suppose the large statues and stuff like that. Curtis has a customizing studio live on the 3rd floor, so from 6:30 to 8:30. So, and I suppose he's going to be involved in the Purple Gang live from 9 o'clock until ? So,
I love the question.
That is a hell of a day.
Who knows?
Yeah, that is a hell of a day. Saturday, showrooms 9 to 6. Then there is a couple of events during the day. Role-playing sessions from 11 until 5. So there is going to be a room in 3rd floor and also in the 1st floor lobby. So that's the 1st floor for everyone in America knows where that is. For us, it's the ground floor. So to try the new role-playing game, that's definitely something you should check out, Mal. Yeah,
I missed it last year. I do definitely.
You need to.
I'm not too worried about.
As a representative of the podcast, you need to go and.
No, do I have to actually?
No,
okay.
Just that on one of the following shows when we're back, you can say a little bit about the game. Yeah, you don't need to.
I think that's a good idea, though. So having stuff in that lobby area as well, because people are always hanging around there. So I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, and then there will be a featured RPG gaming session. So one with Games Master Cameron Smith and some pre-selected players to have a special session of Mythic Legions, the role-playing game. So there's obviously play testing going on. You were involved in that, Anthony, I believe.
We're doing some things.
Very good. Okay. Sounds like you can't say much more. So, yeah. From 6 to 8, we'll have our possibility to go to the Armory and the Four Horsemen. That's exhibitor sales, so there's a line for exhibitors to get in. New to Mythics is from 6 to 7 on the 3rd floor, live recording. Pop and Swap Parts Exchange from 8 to 10. So, led this year by Dirk's Designs, held in the 1st floor lobby space. So that'll be pretty much outside where we were in the main room down the hall. No, that's great. If you do have a bunch of Legion's parts that you don't know what to do with, or that if you were Anthony Houseal and said, I have these knight legs and I really want dwarf legs, this is the place to go.
Yeah, I think I ended up giving away more than really at the end of it. I mean,
I benefited from that. You're very, very kind and generous, Anthony.
Love it. Well, I was, swapping parts, and anywhere where there wasn't something I really, needed or wanted, I would invariably take a Novian lean head, because lots of people had the extra Novian lean heads or two. So I ended up with about 5 or 6 Novian lean heads, and I've just primed them. I'm going to paint them in various alien-y colours and bring them. So that'll be something. I don't know if I'll sell them or if they'll just be kind of little giveaways or throw-ins with other stuff that people buy. Might be the best idea for them, because they didn't cost me anything other than the few hours I'd paint them. Legion's in the lobby, so that's just hanging out in the lobby and chatting. That's part of the best fun, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
You find your group, or you flip between different groups. I think there isn't really any closed circles as such. Everyone, as long as you're not an a-hole, everyone is open to everybody else. So you'll know yourself if you're one, And then
it's
my
brilliant,
wife's,
it's as you said, John, it's the best part of the whole thing. It's just just chatting to people about stuff that we all love.
And you tend to get a couple of groups, don't you? You sort of you end up with some people in the lobby, some people. There's another little lobby area further down, isn't there? With usually with the G-Con display and some of the lines and people hanging around
his container or whatever, his thing of beer.
Cooler
of beer, yeah. My wife is going to kill me.
Hey!
My wife's going to kill me. Private event, 8:00. So I think you have to contact them for tickets. Their Patreons will get first refusal, and then there'll be tickets, and they hand out lanyards to the people. It doesn't cost anything, but you just need to get in touch with Pete to organize
Anthony
that.
usually gets serenaded at that one too. So
yeah,
yes,
that's true.
Yeah, I get my song sung to me every year, and I throw Billy out
song.
every show, and it's a routine.
That song came on I drove over to the UK during the summer, and so a lot of driving, and at some stage on a random playlist I had on, that song came on, and I couldn't sing the normal words.
It's like Sweet Caroline. There's certain words that you sing that you're not supposed to sing that aren't part of the original lyrics. That song has now become that for a large group of people.
Yeah, and that's how you know they did it right.
Yeah.
So Sunday it's 9 to 5 in the main showrooms. The RPG sessions are again on, and this time 11 till 3. 11 in the morning is the 1,000 Swigs take 2. So that was 1,000 Swigs last year. That's continuing this year. So if you have a Swig custom, you'd be able to join in on that event. And obviously you can go up and watch it happening. They basically display them on a massive big table in that room in the upstairs. And then 5 till 7 is putting all the stuff away, clearing out the room. That's the hard work, really, for us.
Yeah.
And then shooting the shelf is live 8:00 in the lobby, where Jeremy will invariably come and drop a hint about what's coming next year already, which I am definitely not ready for next year. So that's Legion's Con this year. Amazing. Anything else we should add for people? What's the first thing you should do, Anthony?
I'm biased, but in my opinion, like what had Rich and you guys had said before, we as third-party studio companies only have a small, finite amount of items that we're bringing. We don't have truckloads of the same thing over and over again. So if there's something that you're looking for from a third-party customizer, regardless of which table, I would strongly urge you to go support those guys first, because the exclusives and the characters and the figures, there's going to be plenty of them all weekend long.
Absolutely.
So go there, because we as fans, whatever we make, we end up turning around doing the same thing you're going to do. We're going to support other people, or we're going to go to the studio line and buy stuff too. So, but yeah, that independent toy spirit ideology that we have, it's go support us local guys, and first if you can. I mean, if we're not your jam, we're not your vibe, and not what you're into, and you're just about collecting standard figures, then then have at it. There's plenty to do, but there is some really, really cool, amazing stuff that's so unique to each individual table. So,
absolutely, yeah. And the Horseman stuff will be there all weekend. I remember, was it Sunday afternoon last year? I just walked into the armory a couple of times because there was just no queues.
Yeah,
and and the horse, everything's quietened down by that point. So yeah, as Anthony said, no matter whether it's our tables or somebody else's table, go to the main room first. Get the unique stuff.
Yeah.
And one thing that I like to do too is someone will come to my table and ask about, hey, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. I don't have it, but you know what? If I know that you guys have it, or if I know that Noble Bear has it, or whatever, like, encourage you as a vendor that's there. If it's not something you have, don't be afraid to help promote the other guys. I said it a lot last year when we were doing the first alliance, that rising tides raise all ships. Let's all help each other out at the show.
And then Detour made a boat as a metaphor for that. There you go.
He's got it, yeah.
And he has a giant spaceship by the looks of it this year, I saw.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of. He's working on a mech. He's working on all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
I've been privy to step inside the mind of Stefan with some of his crazy stuff that he wants to do this year. Between him and Chris and some of the other guys, it's blows your mind how crazy these things are.
Absolutely. All right, we'll be back next week with some newbies to Legion's Con. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and they're going to have hopefully listen to this episode, and then we're going to talk to them about being newbies for the whole thing. They're going to do intern the whole lot. So yeah, that should be a fun one.
Remember, everybody stay safe out there. If you're at Legion's Con and a certain gentleman from Philadelphia comes at you with a sword, stand still. He's like a T-Rex. If you don't move, he can't see you. Stand still.
Enjoy the tomato pie.